Hello dear students, good morning. Welcome back to our biology class, and today I am going to discuss few more questions regarding your NEET classes in the chapter sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Okay, so already 20 questions we have discussed, and right now we are going to 21st question. Here the question is seeds without fertilization obtained from. Okay, so question was asked in the year of 2015 in the GATE series. Okay, so here seeds without fertilization obtained. Okay, so with fertilization and without fertilization. Here the fertilization, here the involvement of two different gametes which are fused together to form a new organism. Okay, so but here the question is that seeds without fertilization. So fertilization ಆಗದೇನೆ so seeds ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತವಲ್ಲ so ಆ process ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Okay, so here options are given below. Option A is parthenocarpy. Okay, then option B is apomixis, and option C is polyembryony, and option D is dormancy. Okay, so already we have discussed regarding dormancy. Okay, see here parthenocarpy is nothing but the development of fruits. Here the carp in the sense fruit. Okay, so carpy in the sense fruit, and here the process of development of fruits, that is called parthenocarpy. Okay, so it means without fertilization development of fruits is called parthenocarpy. Okay, and here the apomixis, here the development of seeds without fertilization. See here seeds without fertilization, that is the apomixis. Okay, then come to the option C, polyembryony. See here the poly in the sense many. Okay, so many, it means more than one embryo. This is called polyembryony. Then option D is dormancy. Here the dormancy is nothing but the embryo sac enters at the inactive state, that is called dormancy. Okay, see here seeds without fertilization, and here the correct answer option B. Okay, so fruit development without fertilization is called parthenocarpy. Then more than one embryo, that is called polyembryony, and dormancy is that embryo sac enter in the inactive state, that is called dormancy. Okay, and come to the 22nd question. Which one of the following statement is correct? Okay, so this question was asked in your KCET year of 2016. Okay, so question here the correct statement. So we are going to find out the correct statement. So the given options, option A is Chasmogamous flowers always exhibit geitonogamy, and option B is Clistogamous flowers always exhibit autogamy, and option C is Chasmogamous flowers never exhibit autogamy, and option D is Clistogamous flowers exhibit both autogamy and geitonogamy. Okay, see here as we know Chasmogamous flowers, they have well exposed anther and stigma. Okay, and Clistogamous flowers, they do not open at all. Okay, and absence of cross pollination as well as absence of pollinators. Okay, then here the geitonogamy, it is nothing but transfer of pollen grains flowers they exhibit autogamy because of cross pollination which is totally absent in that of the chasmogamous. Okay, see here, and clistogamous flowers exhibit both orthogamy and zygonogamy. It is wrong here, the orthogamy, only clistogamous flowers exhibit orthogamy and there is absence of zygonogamy because orthogamy transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower. Okay, and zygonogamy is that transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the different flowers of the same plant. Okay, so here the correct statement is option B. Okay, see, clistogamous flowers always exhibit autogamy. Okay, and next come to the 23rd questions. Which among these is not a post-fertilization event? Okay, so as we discussed more about the fertilization. Okay, so before fertilization that is called pre-fertilization, then after fertilization that is called post-fertilization. Okay, see here the question was asked in the year of 2016 year, okay, CET examination. Okay, see here, which among these is not a post-fertilization event? Here the option A is gametogenesis, option B is embryogenesis, option C is fruit formation, and option D is seed formation. See here, gametogenesis, it is the process of formation of gametes. Okay, so it may be male gamete or it may be female gamete. Okay, so just the process which is the process of formation of gametes. Okay, and embryogenesis, see here, embryogenesis, the process of development of embryo is called embryogenesis. Okay, then fruit formation, see here the fruit formation, ovary develops to form fruits. Okay, so which is having the false fruit as well as the true fruits. Okay, so in the fruit formation, seed formation and embryogenesis, these all events might takes place in after the fertilization. Okay, so that is called post-fertilization. Here the question is that which among these is not a post-fertilization? Okay, see here option D is seed formation. Okay, so seed formation, seed is the final product of the all the angiosperms and which is develops into ovules. Okay, so and the seed formation, embryogenesis as well as the fruit formation, these all three are the post-fertilization event. So formation of seeds, formation of fruits and the process of development of embryo, all these takes place after the fertilization. Here the correct answer, that is option A, gametogenesis. See, gametogenesis as well as gamete transfer, these two events which is takes place before the fertilization. Okay, and next come to the 24th question. Question was asked in your KCET in the year of 2017. Okay, see here question is that pollen grains are generally spherical in shape and measuring above. Okay, so pollen grains, so they have the particular shape is that spherical in shape and they have the particular measuring. Okay, so they have particular measuring above the given options below. Option A is 25 to 50 micrometer. Okay, and second option is that 25 to 50 millimeter. Option C is 25 to 50 nanometers. Option D is 25 to 50 centimeters. Okay, so here the one thing, pollen grains. Okay, so the size of the pollen grains which we are going to measure with the help of micrometers. Okay, so here the correct answer is option A, 25 to 50 micrometer. Okay, and the next come to the 25th question. option. Okay. So here the diagrammatical representation of the embryo sac, and it is having the different parts, and it is mentioned as a labeling with A, B, C as well as D. Okay. See here the options are given below. Okay. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಲೇಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಎ ಬಿ ಸಿ ಅಂತ ಇರೋ ಲೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು, ಸೊ ಈ ಲೇಬಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತ ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ. ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ recognize the figure given below and select the correct option. Here the option, first option is, here the labeling A is egg, B is the antipodals, C is the synergies, and D is the polar nucleus. Okay. And come to the second option, D is egg, C is antipodals, B is the synergies, and A labeled is the polar nucleus. Okay. Then see here the third option, C is that of the egg, A is that of the antipodals, D is the synergies, and B is the polar nucleus. Okay. Then come to the fourth option, C is that egg, and A are the antipodals, B are the synergies, and D are the polar nucleus. Okay. So as we practice of this diagram of the embryo sac, which is consist of 3 antipodal cells, and which is opposite to the 2 synergies and 1 egg cell, and for the central cell which is consist of 2 polar nuclei. Okay. So about the diagram, so which is having the 4 options, and here the option C. Okay. The option C is the correct option for the figure. Okay. So because of here the A, these are nothing but the 3 antipodal cells. Okay. So here the A is the antipodals, and here the B is the central cell which is consist of 2 polar nuclei. Okay. So and C is the egg cell, and D is the 2 synergy cells. Okay. So here the option C is correct for the figure which is having the correct option. Okay. So because of the embryo sac which is consist of 3 antipodal cells. Okay. See these are the antipodal cells, and instead of the central cell which is having the polar nuclei, and opposite to the synergies, instead of the opposite to the antipodals, see this is opposite to antipodal, and this is opposite to the 2 synergy cells as well as the 1 egg cell. Okay. And here the option C is the correct answer. Okay. And next come to the 26th question. Here the question is about the pollination. Instead of the, even in the absence of pollinators, assured seed set will be there in. Okay. So this question was asked in the year of 2018 your KCET. Okay. The question is that in the absence of pollinators, as we know the absence of pollinators is present in Clistogamous flowers. Okay. So in the absence of or without pollinator, it can pollinate. Okay. So which is pollination takes place in the Clistogamous flower because of which is consist of autogamous Okay. At the same time, pollen release and stigma maturation, which is takes place in autogamous flowers only. Okay. Then anther and stigma should be lies very close to each other because it is a bisexual. So why it is a bisexual? The stigma and anther, they located or they lies very close to each other. Okay. And here the options. Here the question is that which one of the following character is not required for autogamy? Okay. Here the option A is flowers require synchrony in pollen release and stigma maturation, and option B, anther and stigma should be lie close to each other. C is flowers should be bisexual. Option D, required pollination agent. Okay, see here, the autogamy, it is not required pollination agents because it is a basically autogamous. So its cell pollination takes place in that of the autogamous flowers. Okay, so because of the autogamous flowers, they are bisexual and stigma and anther lies close to each other, and here the flower requires synchrony. It means at the same time pollen release and stigma maturation, which is takes place in that of the autogamous. Okay, so the correct answer for this question, required pollination agent, it is wrong sentence, the wrong option in that of the autogamous character, or it is not a particular character in that of the autogamous. Okay, so let's come to the 28th question. Okay, in the 28th question, among the following statements related to pollen, choose the correct one. Okay, so ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ 1 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ 2 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ನಾವು ಈ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ರೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ರೀಡ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲಿ and we are going to choose the correct one in one of the both statement. Okay, if the statement 1 is correct, second statement is wrong, so we have to choose the correct option. If the both statements are correct, so if the both statements are wrong, so in this of the way we are going to choose the correct option in that of the given statement 1 and statement 2. Okay, see here, statement 1 is in 40% angiosperm pollen grains are shed at 3-celled stage. Okay, and second statement is that intine is made up of pectin and cellulose and it is discontinuous with the germ pose. Okay, and this question was asked in the year of 2018 in your KC. Okay, see the statement 1. Okay, so about the pollen grains. Okay, as we know, pollen grain which is consist of two types of the cells. One is the vegetative and another one is the generative cell. Okay, and which is having two types of the layers, outermost which is the enzyme and innermost which is the intine. Okay, so about the pollen grains, so here the 40% of the angiosperms, because of 60% of the angiosperms which is having the two-celled state. So in terms of the vegetative as well as the generative cell, and remaining species they have three-celled state before they are going to correct, and the given below the option A, both 1 and 2 are correct. Second option, both 1 and 2 are incorrect. Option C, statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is incorrect. And option D, statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is correct. Okay. So as we read the statements 1 and statement 2, here the option C is the correct answer. Okay. So statement 1 is correct and 2 is incorrect. Okay. And next come to the 29th question. When pollen grain is shed at 3-celled stage, name the cells it contains. Okay. So the question was asked in year 2018 in your KCET. Okay. See here about the pollen grain. Okay. So question also based on the pollen grain. So when the pollen grain is shed at 3-celled stage. Okay. So at 3-celled stage in the sense, basically pollen grain which is consist of one of the bigger which is the vegetative cell and another one is the smaller one, that is the generative cell. Okay. So here at the pollen grain which is going to shed at 3-celled stage, here the cell which is contains, here the given options, 1 vegetative cell and 2 male gametes. Option B, 2 vegetative cells and 1 male gamete. Option C, 2 generative cells and 1 male gamete. And option D, 2 male gametes and 1 generative cell. See what is that? The process is that the pollen grain is shed at 3-celled stage. Okay. So instead of the 60% of the pollen grains are going to shed. It means the 60% of the angiosperms pollen grains shed at 2-celled stage in the vegetative and generative. But remaining 40% of the angiosperms are going to shed 3-celled stage. So in that the generative cell which is going to divide mitotically and it releases 2 male gametes. Okay. So mitotically it is undergoes cell division and it forms 2 male gametes. Okay. So here the option A is the correct answer for the pollen grain shed at the 3-celled stage. Okay. So it is having 1 vegetative cell and 2 male gametes. Because of vegetative